Rod Payne here from Fast Guard Service. I want to take 2 minutes to have a quick discussion with you guys, really in reference to what security guard companies pay the most. And you know, that's an interesting topic, interesting subject to try to get into. There's quite a few security companies out there. I mean, we're one, Fast Guard Service, but essentially there's a big void in the system between the super large security companies like Allied and G4S, which are the same company, and US partners or Alliance Security, you name it, right? They go after all these big contracts at shopping centers, at malls. What's most important to you? Which is really how much can you make as a security guard. So when I started in the business, this was around 2011, I started my security career at the Fontainebleau in Miami Beach. And at that time, we were only making, I think I came in at $11.75. And I had a college degree, and I was already a current active police officer. So I just want y'all to think about that. Like, this is the reality of most security guard jobs. Yeah, they're guaranteeing you 40 hours, and yeah, you go to one place and you can get comfortable with that place, but essentially, that's it. And so, of course, now we fast forward to 2024, where we're at now, and you think that some security jobs have, you know, jumped up. They know the cost of living is going high. They know about inflation, but it's to the absolute opposite of that. They're not raising the pay consistently. So down here, we're in South Florida. We operate in California. California has something called prevailing wages, and with prevailing wages, basically you're getting paid the cost of living of where you're located. It's good, but still the highest paid. I think the absolute floor of security guards in some places in Cali, which, you know, pay a little bit more, is about $16. I talked to a guard that was working on a site. I'm not disclosing what company he works for, but you know, he's at a site. It's a big site. It's a mall type area, and he told me he was making $15 an hour. I said, well, is there guaranteed overtime? He said, no, $15 an hour. And so understanding that if he lives anywhere around where he was working, that we're in South Florida, Miami, the cost of living is sky high. Apartments, they're renting single rooms now, is just not realistic. So what we try to do at Fast Guard, as far as like with the pay, we try to pay higher than average. So we've been in business since 2013, over 10 years. And for over 10 years, we've been paying higher than average. We start off, most of our guys for the on-call jobs, like the flex shifts, start off at $20 per hour. We do this because we understand that, number one, what Fast Guard and companies like Fast Guard do is we provide almost like an off-duty, very similar to the one that law enforcement officers do. So when I was a police officer, I was an off-duty hog. I would go and work off-duties all day and all night. The only requirement is that you had to finish whatever hours that you had at the actual police department in our city before you go and help out on any type of mutual aid agreement and go work off-duty. What I was getting paid at the department, I think, was like $18 an hour. What I was getting paid working a mutual aid agreement or an off-duty was $100 an hour. So, I mean, you could guess why I wanted to work at all the time. So, to me, that was super advantageous at the time. We're talking circa 2011, 2012. We all want to make as much money as we possibly can. The only real difference between being a police officer and being a security guard is the amount of power and responsibility that comes along with it. Can you make 6 figures working security? Can you bring home 50 grand, 100 grand? 100%. Again, can you make a lot of money being a security guard? Yeah, there's guys that bring home easy 100 grand. Bodyguarding, there's guys that make easy 5 to 10,000 a month doing bodyguard, but those jobs are kind of transient. Sometimes they're here, sometimes they're not. Maybe the rapper or the artist that you're dealing with is not so hot anymore. They can't afford your services. There's a lot of different moving parts that come along with that career. But what I'm talking about is just being a security guard. Straight guard card, straight basic entry level security guard. Can you be successful? Yes, you can. But you got to find the right engine and the right vehicle to take you there. And part of the reason that we come in at $20 in all markets, so we pay $20 consistent throughout the United States. Some jobs, depending on the urgency, some jobs are going to pay $25, $30 working with FastGuard. That's just the reality. If you don't mind traveling and you like making your money in a sense that you're going to make, what you're coming in to make is not a question when we call you. But we need you to respond in 4 hours or less. Can you do that? Are you okay with leaving home for maybe a month at a time? A lot of people say, yeah, they want to make big money in security, but they're not willing to do exactly what needs to be done in order to make the bigger dollars. Sometimes it may not be that all the doors are closed on you. The reason that you can't find a job, it may be because you're not looking at the right doors and you're unwilling. You're closing the door on yourself because you're unwilling to go and look at other doors. You said, this door closed, and basically put all your eggs in one basket. And I don't see how you're going to be successful doing that. I want you guys to like this video. I want you guys to leave comments, but I'm telling you from being an employer, I'm telling you from being in business for over 10 years, I'm telling you from a law enforcement background, I'm telling you that, yeah, it's 100% possible to make real money being a security guard, but you have to do what it takes. But it's a heck of a commitment, and you got to be willing to travel at the drop of a dime. That's what being a fast guard is all about. So, can you make money? Yeah, you can. Are you capable of making money based on your situation or your scenario? I don't know. Should you apply? Yes. You need a license, you need the know-how, and you have to be willing to jump on a plane every now and then. So, again, Rod Payne, President of Fast Guard Service, signing off. Can you make money as a security guard? You sure can, but not at your current job.